You have clicked on to the Wednesday edition of Weather for Weather Geeks. We'll geek out to a few different things today. First of all, in case you missed this morning, I did post a fresh article on my weather blog, ericwfmj.com. Analysis of today's storm threat, and also a look at the longer range. All sorts of interesting information in here. At least I hope you find it interesting. So if you're more of a reader rather than a video watcher, of course you're watching this video, so you must be sort of interested in the video, but nonetheless, interesting reading on my weather blog, ericwfmj.com. All right, so won't spend a whole lot of time on what's going on as I record this, because as most of you watch this, things will be a lot different when you're watching it. But at 2:06 p.m., here's what the radar looked like. A couple of downpours popped up in the 1 o'clock hour in Trumbull County, and they're drifting slowly south and east. So we've got one coming into downtown Youngstown right now, and one out east out towards the Camel area. There's not a lot of lightning and thunder left with this. There was more last hour up here. Notice a lack of lightning strikes over these cells right now. So these are not the strongest storms in the world. In fact, we may not hear a whole lot of lightning and thunder. Show you how tall in the sky these are getting with a 3D slice here. Let me adjust this. And we'll take a 3D look at this storm. Top of this storm up around 30,000 feet right here. Maybe I can blow this up for you. And the storm's the top of it up around where the airplanes fly. Your cruising altitude on most commercial jetliners is 30,000 feet or so. So that's what this storm looks like in a 3D sense. About to head into downtown Youngstown with a downpour, maybe a real brief period of gusty winds, but mostly this is just a pretty hefty downpour that's coming in here at 2:07. Not a whole lot going on elsewhere right now. Let's take a look at a broader view. The main corridor, as we expected, has set up kind of south of 224, even south of Route 30 in central Ohio this afternoon. So we've got some downpours with thunder and lightning from Lima to Marion, just north of Columbus, then curving back towards Cambridge, just north of Zanesville. And this will be the busiest corridor, I think, as we go through the rest of the afternoon, kind of right in this zone through here. Now, a lot of this is going to try to clip Columbiana County, at least, later on this afternoon. So we're going to have to keep an eye on Columbiana County. But I'll tell you, once we're done with, say, 3 or even at the latest 4 o'clock, I think most of us are in the clear up in Mahoning County, Mercer County, Trumbull County. And again, this will be after 3 and especially after 4 o'clock. So if you want to do something outside this evening, mow, play golf, whatever, in Niles, in Warren, in Cortland, Hubbard, Mercer, Sharon, Hermitage, chances are that you're going to be in pretty good shape once we're past, say, 4 o'clock at the latest, but I'll keep you up to date. We'll keep an eye on what's going on up here. A lot of this is probably going to shrivel up as it moves across the lake. The air is much drier up to the north. Let me show you what's going on with the dew points up north here. This is where our front is. Look at the dew point in Youngstown, 61, but it's 67 in Newcastle, and it's down to 51 in Ashtabula. So there's a cold front slipping in from the north. And that front right now is knocking on our door. As this front continues sliding south, anyone who gets to be north of the front is probably in the clear in terms of thunderstorms. So, we're going to sound the all clear probably again late afternoon for areas at least north of I-80 and perhaps even north of 224 as well. So a pretty big change in the moisture content of the atmosphere once you're up north, and the air is certainly a lot more stable once you're north of that boundary. Here's the CAPE values, convective available potential energy, a measure of the instability of the atmosphere. And notice those colors are getting more and more blue up to the north, and there's basically no instability once you're up over Lake Erie. So that front is slipping in from the north as we speak. Another look at the dew point contours here. So again, the air is drying out north of I-90 this afternoon, and that drier air is coming in. And once it makes inroads here, it's going to stick around for at least a few days. All right, so let me bring up the radar one more time here, just a zoom out quick view of things. Severe weather, a possibility down in the deep south this afternoon with our upper level low pressure system. That upper level low seen right down here, the center of it over the Arklatex, where Arkansas, Louisiana, and Texas come together. Now this is going to kind of fade away as we head towards the weekend, and the ridge of high pressure that's out here. See this bulge in the atmosphere out here? This is going to push east, and that's going to spell really good things for us by Friday and the weekend. All right, let's take a look at the latest high-resolution model here and help you plan the rest of your Wednesday during the daylight hours. All right, we call this the high-resolution rapid refresh. It is a high-res, short-term model. We only use it out to 10 or maybe 12 hours at most. And it does a decent job a lot of the time picking out where little pop-up cells are going to be at this time of the year. Here's the simulated radar product at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Sometimes this looks a little overdone. Sometimes this model can ramp things up a little too much, but this will give you a sense as to what could happen. Notice the northern fringes of this at 4 o'clock, just along or just south of 224. So Canton, Worcester, Alliance, down towards Lisbon, Guilford Lake, East Palestine, East Liverpool, you're probably still, really fair game to see a shower and thunderstorm 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Here's 6 o'clock this evening. Again, mostly south of 224. We're probably in the clear Youngstown up to Warren and Hubbard and Sharon. But once you're south of 224, which runs right in through here, or just north of that, again, we're fair game to see some raindrops. So, we're going to be dodging raindrops throughout the evening down in Columbiana County, perhaps the southern part of Lawrence County as well. Here's 7 o'clock and then 8 o'clock this evening. East Liverpool could still be seeing spotty shower activity as the sun goes down around 8:45 this evening. That area saw quite a bit of rain yesterday. And we have a flash flood watch out for Columbiana County. Also, Carroll County is included in that. And the reason for that is it's not going to take much rain in a short amount of time to perhaps lead to the specter of flash flooding. This is the flash flood guidance. This, in other words, is how much rain it would take in 3 hours to cause widespread flash flooding. The yellow shades here, that's Columbiana County right here, that's generally 1.3, 1.4 inches or higher. Now, that's a lot of rain in 3 hours, but I'll tell you, if you get a couple of thunderstorms moving over the same spot for a couple of hours, you can get that much rain. So we're going to keep an eye out on Columbiana County for the possibility of flash flooding. If we get a couple of storms that roll over the same area a few different times, that's something that is a distinct possibility. So once we're done with tonight, tomorrow features clouds in the morning probably, followed by sunshine. Friday through the weekend, fantastic warming trend, low humidity. And I'll finish this video with a quick look at the longer range. This will cover the 5th of June, so the middle of next week, through the 12th or into the 13th of June. These are temperature anomalies. Latest GFS ensemble model does paint kind of a coolish picture in the southeast, and maybe around the Great Lakes as well, but overall, probably at or a little above average when you add all those days up. This is a week worth of temperature anomalies here. So while there could be a cool day here and a warm day here, when you add it all up, that second week of June likely to be at or a little above average. I don't see a lot of cooler than average air coming anytime real soon. So we're going to kick off June on a warm note across the Mahoning Valley. And for more on the longer range, check out that blog post from this morning, ericwfmj.com. That's weather for Weather Geeks on this Wednesday. I'll see you on the news tonight at 6 and 11, and more Weather Geeks posted in this same spot Thursday afternoon. See you then.